Hey, 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 my YouTube crew, my YouTube fam, my jazzy fam. Okay, so I'm bringing y'all Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop, Miami. And it's season 7, episode 6, Identity Crisis. So we start with Hayden as Miami Tip. We definitely start with Hayden as Miami Tip. And I'm not sure why she's such a hater. I really honestly don't like how she just be hating on Amara. And then I'm gonna just break this down. She was up there doing a photo shoot for herself. And then when she was doing the photo shoot, then she couldn't even get through her photo shoot without, dry hating on Amara. And she talking about some, well, what I already know. She telling her baby daddy or her child's daddy, boyfriend, whoever Chuck is to her. She's sitting up there telling him that she don't like Amara. And Amara didn't set up Alan. I'm like, girl, shut the hell up. Because you still going with that stupid ass bullshit about how Amara didn't set up Alan. Why you think that Amara done set up Alan? That don't even make no sense. And I know the music is playing in the background to kind of give it a different little ambiance while I'm talking. And I'm a little sick too, y'all. But we mosey on gracefully next. We gonna mosey on over to Trick and Pinky Doll. And they in the studio. And he says that she has a story to tell. So that's why he just gonna give her a chance, and that's why he gonna rock with her. And then Trick is helping create her music with Big D. And he was the one that was talking to Joey Brinks last season. And when he was talking to Joey Brinks, then let me go ahead and come on camera for y'all. If y'all want me to come on camera, I will. But, well, I'm not right now. And then he the one who was saying that he didn't like Joey Brink's sound and all that. He was pretty much trying to fat shame her, which I did not like. I definitely did not like that because y'all know I don't stand for stuff like that. I do not stand for stuff like that. And I'm like, what did the girl do to you? Okay. What did she do to you? Okay. Ugh. And then we get off of that because, Big D come in and he said, Trick Daddy said he the one who gonna be helping deliver the music. I'm like, oh, okay. And then we get to Royal Nails and Trina and Joy. They both getting their manicures and their pedicures. And she published her first book, Trina did. So when Trina published her first book, Joy tells Trina the rundown of what happened. Then Joy says that she is still at the hotel because she didn't want to stay at the house with Trick Daddy for whatever reason. I'm like, girl, why not? That's your house too. That is your house too. So why don't you want to stay at the house because it's your house too? Okay. Your name is on the deed, Joy. Okay. I had to come on camera just to say that because she acting a little slow. Okay. And then Trina do say that, however, she is going to go to the party for, let's see who party is going to be. So she is going to Big D's party. I want to say Big D. I ain't want to be wrong. But it's Big D's party. Mm-hmm. And then Amara get back gracefully next. Gracefully next. And we are going to Amara. And Amara meets at, the lingerie store with Bobby Lytes. And Bobby Lytes says that he is embracing his alter ego. And his alter ego is going to be Bobby. That's the name of his alter ego. But he did look pretty in his little let's say auburn wig, maybe his auburn wig, and he did look cute and all that. And then he quickly said that he ain't effing with Hot Topic and he is not effing with Miami Tip. And he said that they too messy for him. And I'm like, oh no, we gonna figure it out. They are messy. Messy is I don't know what. If a if a gay man can say that Miami Tip and Hot Topic is messy, then they messy. Okay. All right. And then, they arrive at Big D's party. And then Big D's party trick Trina and her husband. And then Ken Jones, he a new person. And I wasn't trying to, talk about him when I was watching it, but I instantly checked out the fact that he, had a lazy right eye, and then he instantly went into it. And he said that he suffered with cerebral palsy, and that did take a issue with his right eye. And he said that he was doing a different type of music, and he said that he trying to, revamp himself. He came out with a press, and his hair was pressed out and all this and that. And I said, okay, I like it. And he come to the stage, and then he blows out a candle. And when he blows out the yellow candle, then he says that this is for his grandma that he lost. I said, okay, clock. And then and then he says that he's able to communicate with his grandma. I'm like, okay. He able to communicate with the deceased. I said, all right then. And then the crowd end up liking him though. And then Big D and Trick Dad, they both got an issue with how he look and all that stuff. He did kind of have on like some pimp attire and stuff like that, giving up new age money Mike and all that. New age money Mike. And I said, well, he just his own, and he find his own style. And I actually like him. Okay? I like him. And then gracefully next. So Joy says that let's go to Trick, and because Joy was at the party too. And Joy says that let's go to Trick. And she said that he on that bush. I said, all right, Joy, you finally finna talk to Trick. All right. And she says that he on that BS. And then he says that she says that out of all the women that's in Miami, he couldn't find nobody other than her sister. And she pretty much said that she good on him and he be on that BS. And she said, and you know what? You better put me on the payroll. Because if you don't put me on the payroll, she said, then I'm going to I'm going to be in charge of all your dineries. And I'm going to have the deed to it. I'm like, all right, she left him. Why she left him in the streets? And he couldn't even say nothing right. He couldn't say nothing. I'm like, Trick Daddy, shut up. Because it's finally a time where he ain't saying nothing. And then Sonia is meeting with Jaquay. Now, it's some drama. I found some stuff out with Jaquay and her. So he meeting with her, and then she revealed that she was working with Trick Daddy, and she got a record done with him, and he wasn't taking her serious. And the only thing that Jaquay was taking her serious with is her video game that she came out with. And then I find out that they was in a relationship, y'all. And she said, I can't trust you, and you don't even believe in me. And I said, okay, so it's 2025, and this is Love and Hip Hop Miami, and this is season 7, episode 6. Oh, let me make sure. Let me look at the episode. It's episode 6. And this feel like Jocelyn and Stevie J all day. And she said, well, you supposed to help me with the music and all this and that. And you you betrayed me. I can't work with you no more. And then he pretty much said that he ain't finna do no music if she gonna be doing music with Trick Daddy. And he is not gonna co-sign no music if she gonna be co-signing the music with Trick Daddy. I'm like, okay, here we go. All right. Gracefully next. And Joy says, hold on, y'all. And then we got off of that. And then her and Jaquay, they was arguing back and forth. And I said, okay, you can tell they was in a relationship. Because she was like, I was in a relationship with you. And you betrayed me. I was in a relationship with y'all. And you betrayed me. And then why I thought that the woman said that she had a daughter with him. And what she said is But she really said, and she said, I thought you was in my corner. And I thought she said daughter. I said, ooh, wee. And then I said, I believe her alone. She got a heavy accent. That's my girl, though. I love me some Sunjay. Sunjay. Yeah, Sunjay. And then Ken Jones is playing his piano because we're going gracefully next to the next scene. And then Jones is playing the piano. And then Big D comes in to talk about the change up and him having the candle. And he said pretty much that the younger YNs, the younger generation can't relate. I'm like, why the younger generation can't relate? I ain't that a younger generation. I'm 35, but I can relate. So he didn't like him having a perm on or nothing like that. And he said that he just switched up his style. I'm like, well, we gonna let him switch up his style if he want to switch up his style. God dang. Jesus. Let him switch up his style. Cause I like his style. And if I was in Miami, then I would listen to him. I would listen to him all day long. And then Big D came in and he said that he lost his brother. And I said, I'm so sorry to hear that, Big D. I really am. But you trying to cap out for his little storyline, and then he got his ass up and he left. And I'm like, get your ass out of there. Cause I mean, he said that Ken Jones pretty much said he gonna be who he wanna be, and either he gonna accept it or he not. I'm like, okay, clock, gracefully next. All right, get out of there. And then Joy, Shay, and Gael are at Bobby's alter ego party. And Amara, she looks so pretty. And her alter ego is hot chocolate. Not hot chocolate, hot chocolate. I said, okay. And then Shay says that her alter ego is the submissive wife. I was like, okay, alter egos, okay. And then Bobby talked about how he did invite Gael, and she comes as Gael and not Heaven. I'm like, get her ass up out of here. Because I already don't like her ass. I ain't liked her ever since her and Flo was sitting up there playing with their little whack ass storyline. Okay. And then Gael Joy says that her sister Samantha did betray her trust. I'm like, okay. And then Bobby has signs. And he said that he gonna ban both Miami Tip and Hot Topic. And then they are trying to get in and they are at the front. And then they say, okay, whatever. And then this what Miami Tip ratchet ass gonna say. She's like, okay, we can get in another door. It's got to be another door up in here. I'm like, all right then. And then they get through that back door. And then the first thing that Miami Tip says, she tells Shay that she the reason why Alan is in jail. I'm like, and how so? All right. Then Hot Topic says Shay and Amara are teaming up to get Alan sent back to jail. I'm like, what? And everything that I'm telling y'all, they said. I'm like, so y'all are overlapping and saying two totally different things. First, they both teaming up to send Alan to jail. And then you say that Shay is the reason why Alan is in jail. So I'm like, is he in jail still or is he not in jail? Get y'all storylines together, young ladies. I don't like them. Okay. And then Gael is at the back. And, they finally had security. Bobby said, okay, wait, this is why I didn't invite y'all, because y'all are messy. And I'm like, that they are. Of course they messy. And then he escorted their ass out. Get y'all ass out. And then Gael said, well, see, at this time, I don't mind stirring the pot. This is why I don't mind stirring the pot. I said, all right then. Okay, Gael, gracefully next. And Joy is having a talk with Tip and Hot Topic. And she says that, she loves Shay and all that. That's her girl. And she rocking with her and all that stuff. But it's time to unleash her arch nemesis. And she said that she gonna have her arch nemesis to come in. And her arch nemesis is none other than who I've been waiting for, Boots. And she says Boots is gonna be on the ground. And I'm like, all right, Boots gonna be on the ground next episode. Gracefully by Jazzy Fam. So like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll make sure I get this uploaded. And as soon as Boots hit the ground next week on the show, then I'm gonna be ready because that's my girl. I loved Boots and Flavor of Love. Bye, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.